Hey guys, so this is our new assignment today, is the job application, okay? I'm just going to go through kind of what you're supposed to be doing for this assignment, alright? You're going to be going, any job that you're going to be applying for in the future is going to require some kind of application as well as your resume, okay? I might have you do your resume, and then that will probably be all the assignments that we do for this class, okay? This job application and your resume. They are the most applicable things because it doesn't matter what you go into, everyone will be filling out a job application sometime and will have your own resume, hopefully, anyways. So this is just good practice, all right? This is all it is. It's just practicing for job application. Now this assignment, as you'll notice, some of the instructions, these instructions all down here, are for when we're in class. Since we're not in class, I just want you to submit the application into Canvas. So here's the application as a Word document, here it is as a Google Drive. Okay? This will download, open up a Google Drive, it'll look like this. This is a Word document. Okay, let me just view this as a single page. It is videos in the way. It is 3 pages long, but it is very simple questions. I'm telling you. It's asking you things like, what's your name, job you're applying for. Okay, so this is whatever job. You'll see that in the instructions, whatever job you think you'll be applying for in the future. Okay, put your last name, your first name, middle initial, the date, your street address. By the way, if you're worried about giving me any of this information, just know I already have it. Okay. Anyways, apartment, unit, city, state, zip code, phone, email address. Often a job application will ask you for your social security number. Good rule of thumb is don't give them your social security number until you get the job. That's all there is to it. Because the reason why they would need it is for payroll and things of that nature. You don't need to give them your social. If you want to, I mean, they're probably, if you've done your research, you know it's a legitimate company. You're not just sending out applications to wherever, then it's probably okay to put in your social, but you don't have to. Okay, it's totally not mandatory. And for this assignment, please don't. Just put like X's right here. Okay, X's for where your social would be. XXX. Usually there's a space. Oops. That's what a social will look like. Okay, so you just do that. Desired salary. This is more for negotiable salaries. So if your job is like a salary that you'll know you'll be working by the hour, you can just put not applicable, NA. Okay. Position applied for. Okay, that like kind of similar to the job you're applying for. Just put it down there. Citizen of the United States, have you ever worked for this company? These are pretty standard questions that you will see on a job application. Okay, you have to go through that. So for the most of you, are you a citizen of the United States? That would be yes. If not, if no, are you authorized? Basically saying, do you have a green card is what they used to be, or something. Are you authorized to work? Do you have a work visa, basically? Have you ever worked for this company? Yes or no? If so, when? They want to know, like, if you've been fired or anything of that nature. Have you ever been convicted of a felony? Yes, you are required to answer this question. They can just throw your job application away if you don't answer this question. Okay? High school, this is your education. Okay? And this will look very similar to a resume, and you might think, sometimes you might think, well, why do I have to send in a resume if they've got all the stuff right here in the application? You got to do it twice. That's just what it is. Sometimes the application will have education, sometimes they won't. Okay? And often they will have a place where you can add education. Like they'll say high school, college, other, and then they'll have a place where you can maybe add. A lot of these applications are online. Okay? But they ask you all the same questions. Okay? 3 professional references. Okay? Do what you can. If this is like your parents even. Probably not the best reference because your parents are going to be biased. Like, of course, your parents think that you're a great person. Be careful with references. I know a professor of mine who has said that they had a student ask them for a reference, and they said, sure, I'll give it to you. they gave him a letter of recommendation, and the recommendation was terrible. It said, don't take this student. He's a lazy student. He shouldn't get the job, whatever it is. So you got to be careful with your references. Make sure that they're going to refer you. Like they're going to say good things about you. So maybe like a coach, that'd be a great reference. It'd be always good if you, or a teacher, it would be good if you told that person, though, that you're putting them down, right? Don't just put random people's phone numbers and like, what? Especially if you're just acquaintances. Like if it's going to be a teacher and you put them down as a reference, you put their phone number and their email address, all of a sudden I'm getting an email for some name that I've got to siphon through documents. Like, sad to say, I don't remember every student. I try to remember all of you guys, but it's tough. And I might give you a good reference still, but you've got to probably contact me first and say, hey, could I put you down as a reference? Do you remember me? I did this, I did that. Okay, just good thing to do. Okay, now I put references. Usually you have to put 3 references. I have only got 1 right here. So you've got full name, the company, the address. You can put as much information as you can here. That means the only, like, the relationship, this is required if you can. The company and phone number and address you might not know, okay? But if you can't put company, phone number, or address, then, oh, sorry, I do have 3. Sorry, I do have 3. 1, 2, and 3. Yeah, so try and put in 3 people that you have. Okay, if you don't put a company, phone number, address, I might as well not even have it. If you just put full name and relationship, there's no way I'm going to contact them. The address could be an email address, could be a mailing address. I don't care. Okay, but you do have to have something to where they can contact. The whole point of a reference is for me to call them and say, hey, is this person a good person? Now, references aren't the most important thing because obviously the employer knows that those who are applying for the job are going to give references. They're just going to say good things about them. But like what good things? If I called the reference and it's just your buddy, it's going to be very transparent. I'm going to be able to see through that, right? You don't want to try and con your way into a job. They'll find out pretty fast. Okay, so put 3 references down. Put some kind of address, whether it's an email or phone. If you have 0 way of finding out their phone number or address, like, are they really a good reference for you? Okay. Anyways, company, previous employment. If you haven't had any previous employment, you're going to have to leave this blank. Leaving things blank is not necessarily a great thing. Okay, so you're just going to, instead of leaving it blank, how about this? You just put NA, N-A, not applicable. Didn't have previous employment. Okay, and that might be a lot of you. All right, but you know, previous employment doesn't have to be necessarily you're getting wages. Previous employment could be I was working for my parents, or I was working for something of that nature, especially for maybe for somebody that just came out of high school who doesn't have any previous employment. Employers understand things of that nature. Okay? Maybe contact previous supervisor for a reference. I mean, that's up to you. Generally, if you say no, that means you ended off on a bad note. So, but you can say no. That's totally an option. Okay, company, phone number, supervisor. This allows you to give all sorts of previous employment. So there are at least 3 here that you can give. Probably not going to be filling out all 3. Some of you aren't even going to be filling out anything in that section, so you've got to put in it. You can, if you would like, maybe make something up if you know that you're going to be working over the summer. You can put that in, just make it up for the purposes of this assignment. Okay, you don't want to make something up if you're applying for a real job, though. Okay, and then military service. If you guys are planning on going to the military, you can put this for the purpose of this assignment. But if you haven't served in the military and you're going for a real job, you obviously don't want to. You want to put NA. Okay. For the purposes of this assignment as well, and most job applications are online nowadays. So signatures are going to be online signatures. So just like at the beginning of this class, you're just going to type your name, right? That's it. Okay, and this will just get you ready for a job application. Now this is the Word document. I know all of you don't have a Word document, so here's the Google Drive. You open that up, and it'll open it up, and it'll look like this, okay? You can't edit it like this. You have to say open with Google Docs. Okay? And it's opening up. Once you've opened it up, I want you to save it as a different file. Okay, so you say File. You want to say, oh wait, yeah, you can't do that. Well, just give it a different name. Give it a different name. Name it your name. Name it like different name would be perfect. Okay, Richard Edwards application. Put your name application. Okay, and then you fill it all out. Same thing. Okay. Now, once you're finished, just submit it into Canvas. Like I said, you can do this. It is optional to put it on your Google Drive. The whole purpose of putting it on creating the digital portfolio, if you remember that assignment, was so that you can build upon your portfolio. And as you can see, being online it's pretty good, right? It gives you the ability to be able to do things, whereas in a situation like this you couldn't. Okay? It allows you to not be there in person. Alright, good luck with this assignment. Email me if you have any questions.